Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles for a Few Rupees More, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign set in the world of Legend of Zelda. With me, as always, I have Cress Nether playing Lisha.
Hello.
I have Alvarez playing Anda.
Hello.
I have Robopirate playing Melody.
Void, it calls to me.
And I have Danny Cat playing Makoto.
Hello.
So, friends, for a hero point, what happened last time?
Last time, on our way from Biotana to New Mazro, we were, there's a lot of tutorial episodes, so we mostly got accosted by bandits to try out the combat. Before that, we did a little exploring to try the exploration activities, and we finally made it to New Mazro, where most of us went immediately to the inn to go talk to the mayor, while Lisha kind of had a bit of a chat with their familiar to alleviate some anxieties. After confirming with the mayor about the plans and deciding to go take care of the problem in the morning, we got a place and probably got a place to sleep in, probably got some food. And that was where we left off.
Yeah, absolutely. Just gonna very quickly make sure I've got the right maps up, as we do. Because we are currently in town of New Mazro, a place where the gods are not terribly welcome.
Oh, point of order, speaking of that, did Melody inform Anda of such a thing?
Yeah, I thought it did.
Okay. It was not mentioned. It was if it was brought up in the thing. Just wanted to make sure, because if my aura is active, people know that I follow Din quite strongly.
Ha.
So it would have been alright. And I would have turned that off before I entered the city. Or the village.
You gotta tone down the religion vibes.
Yes.
Your zealotry is showing.
Oh no.
But yes, very accurate description of what happened to have a hero point.
Yay.
Yeah. So, that is indeed correct. You have arrived in New Mazro.
Yeah, we were talking to the inn guy.
Yeah. You've been informed, at least very briefly, in terms of what's currently happening with the request, as
It's
it
rats.
were. There's rats, yes. Rats at the farm of the master's farm, which happens to be one of the farms that are outside the wall and to the east of Mazro. It being so late, you have been granted room for the night at the Restful Discord, which is the northernmost inn in New Mazro. It is currently being run by a fellow named Logan, who is a broad-shouldered Hylian, covered head to toe in various different tattoos. Is there anything anybody wanted to do before you rest for the night and then set to work the following day?
I think Melody would like to listen out and pick up any interesting rumors.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
In the foundry roll. Yes.
That is under proficiencies. It's the tab or the button with the hand. You got it.
16.
Wait, no, perception
Excellent.
is different.
Yeah. With a 16, it's hard to pick up a number of things. You hear that there might be something amiss. I would say amiss. There's general grumblings that people might have in regards to someone from Greenfields to the south. You hear that you hear that there's going to be a fresh batch of what's the word? You hear there's going to be a fresh batch of presentations and thesis submitted for folks going to the Royal University of Hyrule. This is a conversation you overhear, like as you kind of like wend your way through the thing, you overhear somebody talking to Logan about this in regards to people basically taking the university course to be essentially designated head mages of settlements, as is a government mandatory sort of practice. And it's coming up to what is effectively like present your final project so that you can display your capabilities as a potential magical theorist. And other than that, the only other rumor that you can get is people talking about recent bandit attacks, not necessarily the ones that you had to deal with on the way, but these in particular are ones that are closer to Lineru and Akala. And this is something all of you at least, have probably heard in passing regarding a group of bandits that call themselves the Mountain Breakers. They separate themselves from other bandits in terms of their general raw efficiency in terms of combat and how they kind of revel in it. They've been a problem for Hyrule for a while now, and a lot of the gossip in terms of like people talking about this sort of thing, or like just general chatter, does involve the Mountain Breakers in some capacity.
That reminds me, didn't we get money for the other bands? How much did we get? Did we?
500 in total. 500 copper rupees in
Yeah.
total.
I think we'd already sorted that out
125 each.
Okay.
Yeah.
because I have more money than I should have if I didn't do that.
We set it up pretty quickly. I don't know if people grabbed what they were supposed to, but yeah.
I may not have put that in my path builder thing, so it's been munched away.
I guess.
It was one like 12 and a half.
1 gold, 2 silver, 5 copper,
right.
or
Yes.
Yeah.
Just all together as rupees. Man. So Melody was listening to rumors.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have things they wish to dwell upon before
I was
heading to bed?
Go to bartender and ask him those tattoos you guys are interested in. They got a story behind him.
Logan kind of like quirks a brow, then looks like at his arm, realizing that he's basically just wearing a vest. So it's just it's hard for like he didn't even attempt to hide them. But the actual like now you're closer, you can see there's intricate kind of bizarre designs that weave into each other, almost like a tapestry with a story to tell. And he kind of like shrugs and says, I guess it's just a byproduct of my job, so to speak. My other job.
Other job.
I am.
Other job.
Yeah. I'm the designated mage for this town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hard to actually get by qualification, so to speak. It's mostly because you can't really quantify wild magic so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, it's easy to get it over a whiz robe, I suppose.
I heard sorcerers and the like tend to have more trouble with that.
A little bit. I mean,
Because they ain't the academic types.
No, not really. But at the very least, they have a fountain of stuff that they can use to kind of practice with. With mine, it's mostly just. It's hard to really sit down and do theoretical stuff on what is basically a roll of the dice.
Yeehoo.
That is true.
But yeah, so thankfully, there isn't really much in the way of arcane nonsense that goes on around here that requires me to do that job, so I still needed to get paid. So that's why I run this place. It seems calm enough for the most part.
Cool.
I think at this point, Lisha is skulking into the tavern.
I'm gonna make sure you get your fucking room key.
Thank you. And I think with like a little bit of jingling rupees, they place place a handful of copper, the 5 coins, the 5 rupees that they found, and like, excuse me, could you do you have any awful or low quality like meat pet food?
He pauses a moment as he kind of looks you up and down, and then shrugs and says,
The moment he does, a little white head of a stoat pops out of my shawl.
"Yeah, sure. Let me go have a look."
That's very kind.
But while he's doing that, Makoto just, without looking, holds the key out towards you. You're him.
Thank you. Am I sharing with anyone?
Nah, we all got rooms.
Good. Okay.
At the end of the
Apparently,
session,
apparently it
Makoto.
ain't very busy here.
At the end
Where
of the
was it?
session, Makoto also made sure everyone got food or was going to have
Yeah.
food.
Got food coming up too.
Oh, well, you are too kind.
Oh, we all got to be fed and rested and ready to fight some rats, right?
I suppose. And we can be on our way and...
On to the next job.
if there is one.
Yeah, I imagine so. There's always shit that needs doing.
Oh, I totally agree. Just, well,
Biggest, brightest smile.
who knows how long our paths run parallel to each other?
Who knows, indeed.
So Logan does eventually come back. He provides a small bag, which contains which when you look inside does contain like the various kind of meat scraps and offal and stuff and offcuts and things. And he says,
I wonder if our captions can in fact say awful.
Awful.
Yep. Someone might not be audible on. Oh no.
"Oh,
Who is
what's
not
happened?"
Who is someone?
It's me.
Guess.
Also, my caption decided to say awful instead of awful, because of course
Yeah.
they did.
But yeah. So as you kind of after a while, Logan does kind of come back with food of various different kinds. It's kind of standard tavern fare: meats, cheeses, breads, various different fruits and veg and stuff. Nothing that's been particularly super duper well prepared, or I say well prepared, or prepared in general, I guess. But it's at the very least it's been effectively just kind of presented to each of you, almost kind of in a build your own sandwich sort of situation.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you get knives and forks and everything and other utensils.
Melody pulls out some of her super crazy spicy peppers to add to her sandwich.
Oh. But yeah, and of course for the Goron, instead of meats and cheese and everything, you are presented with a variety of different rocks. It's mostly It's mostly just kind of the same quality stone that you would get in the local area, but there's also like a couple of slates of sandstone or something that can be pulled from the nearby Sidonic River. So it's there's a heaping helping of things that can be found that would give you a variety of taste, of course.
Is there anyone else in the tavern other than Logan, the mayor, and us?
There's a few people, just small groups of individuals. Not
People
many of them
Melody was
seem to be
listening to earlier.
travelers of sorts. They appear to, if they are traveling, they're traveling very, very late.
I would like, because as kind of everyone's having their conversations and things like that, I would like to say a diplomacy check because that's much better. But there is a decent amount of embellishments as I'm kind of regaling the people because it's like, oh, like we just came in and people might be curious about the new people in town as I'm regaling them of our trip from Yotana, but I'm making it seem more like like it was they took me out relatively early and I was really hurt, but Melody brought me back up to health, like building up the other members of the group. Like Makoto was taking 3 of them on at once, and
Slowly, all 10 of them surrounded me.
just embellishing the heck out of it. But it's more like I'm more trying to make camaraderie than tell the story is kind of the intent there.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think at a certain point, if you were to talk about Alicia's interactions, you'd kind of like feel a hand on your shoulder and Alicia just next to you kind of shaking their head.
We're kind of just listening and going.
Melody's going to join in the performance with like doing some background music with her lyre.
Ooh. If that's the case, give me if Melody, you want to do a performance in order to provide aid, and then that, what depending on the result of that, we'll have. Oh, that
Need
one.
natural.
Oh dear.
Do you want to make it fabulous, or do you want to leave it be for now?
I do. As soon as I work out how to actually remove a point. You right-click to remove a point. Okay. Go ahead.
For
Much
people
better.
who are maybe not as familiar with hero points, we can spend 1 to re-roll, correct?
Yes.
Yes, you can re-roll any d20 roll, and we're operating using the Kiwi rule, which means that if you roll a natural 10 or lower, you add 10 to the result.
The other option, because I don't know if we've all gone over this, what that you can do with hero points is, should you be downed, you can spend all of your hero points to stabilize.
Yeah. If you don't want to do the death rolls and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So, if Anda would like to provide unto me a diplomacy check,
Absolutely.
and this will have a delightful +2 to the roll.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wait, how did that? Okay, that didn't go red. I'll spend a hero point and re-roll that.
I think it
Okay.
didn't go red because it was just a roll instead of a macro.
Ah, that's fair.
Not a great start to things with
No,
To make it fabulous, Anda.
I am 22. So yeah, that's an 11 on the dice.
Okay.
Dang. But still.
Yeah. That's very good.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do manage to get like quite basically the entire communal area enraptured with the story. Everything kind of falls silent as you begin to tell this tale. And you do get the occasional people like cutting in order to ask kind of questions in order to elaborate. But you command the room very, very well. And as Melody's playing emotionally appropriate music at different times, so as you're kind of going over tense situations, music changes to be a bit more tense on top of that, and then it's a lovely evening. I can't remember how much you might have paid for the food, but as the story's coming to a close, Logan just kind of like slides. I'm gonna say 50 rupees to you, Makoto, and says for the food, giving kind of gestures.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not my intention, but hey, it works.
You two get 15 each. No, 20 each. And I'll just
Okay.
hand the remaining 10 to Lucia.
Alicia gives you a very concerned look. Like, I didn't do anything for that. At
Oh,
least
you're
you
part
are
of the
part of
story.
the
You,
story.
it's like you're part of the story.
I was not.
Anyway,
No, they don't know that.
you're still there.
It's royalties. It's required, you know.
Yeah.
You're a young man. You need the money more than I do. I can scrounge up whatever I need from Mother Nature, and Furore and
The guy
all the
says fine,
others.
and then splits it into 2 5s.
You concern me, young one.
I'm not letting
It'll
anyone
be
in. I'm not
fine.
letting anyone on the team go without.
They'll take the 5
Hmm.
with a
If anything, just
similar.
use it to buy some nice treats for your little friend.
Well, I will. How? They turn to Logan. How much did I owe you?
Well, I suppose he kind of like says, looks at the bag and says, he shrugs. 5 rupees will do.
All right, there you go. And I hand the rupees I was just given.
While
To
while
Logan.
while they're doing that, Makoto will lock eyes with Logan and go and mouth, "Thank you."
It just gives kind of
Unaware
a
of
nod.
unaware of what happens between Makoto and Logan,
Yeah.
I kind of look at Logan and mouth, "Thank you."
Yes.
Oh dear. But yes, and so the evening goes on fairly pleasantly until such a time as you wend your ways to bed, having eaten your fill. The rooms themselves are fairly simple. There is a bed, there is a foot chest, like at the end of the bed, and there's a chair. The rooms themselves are actually quite small by comparison of most. But they are large enough to accommodate for, say, Anders' bulk. And you get some restful sleep, or as restful as it might be on a regular day. You are not interrupted by any auspicious happenings within your slumber. No wizards turning up to kind of message you in your dreams this time.
Yet.
Yet.
So the next morning, you make your way downstairs. If you are looking for breakfast, you can inquire about breakfast, but otherwise, is there anything in particular that you want to start your day with, or do you want to get straight to work?
I think
Go ahead.
Melody would probably be the last one to wake up with her goings-ons. But when she does get up,
Makoto's probably first to do some morning exercise.
Can I
Robo
see if
making tea.
Renji caught any mice or rats during the night?
How far afield can Renji go?
I believe I have no idea.
I don't think he
What I
has
do
a
know.
limitation. I don't think it's like Find Familiar from Fifth Ed.
Yeah.
The only limitation is on the telepathy, but that's
I do not use telepathy.
Yeah.
I will, but I don't.
Okay. I imagine that they probably wouldn't have gotten like too far, like unless given the explicit order to go to the master's farm to scout it out during the night. Then there's like, if they're just generally exploring, they might not go too far. They've caught at least one mouse, and that's probably something that has been like found within town. But it is a regularly sized mouse.
Yeah, I figured that could have just been from the tavern itself.
Yeah.
Well done, you young little hunter. And of course you're quiet again. Well. Anyway, I am going to find myself some food as well. Do you want to enjoy your meal in peace here, or do you want to come with?
The response that Renji gives is just to clamber up your arm and then hide themselves in the regular place they do so within your clothing.
Now don't pop out and show people your trophies just yet, okay? People are scared of that.
Kind of gives you a look.
You know
And
what I
then
mean.
Oh dear.
We will not have another half-eaten mouse incident.
There is neither confirmation nor denial as Renji hides themselves within your clothing again.
And I
Whether
go
or
and
not they
find myself
want
some
to-
breakfast.
Yeah. And under?
I think Onda's early to wake, but there's a lot of ritual that Onda goes through, so he's probably like second or third to leave leave his room.
Okay. Okay. So. So one by one, as you all depart your rooms, if any of you head outside, you'll find that it is slightly warmer this morning than it was yesterday. Though much of the weather from the previous day is largely the same. It's in fact overcast, as opposed to having broken cloud cover. Appears that there might be more clouds coming in the near future, at least from various different interpretations. Leisha, your previous day's prediction of the weather is in fact true, like down to the very last detail.
Huzzah!
But yeah. If you're looking for breakfast from Logan, he can provide you either a nice old bowl of oatmeal for 2 rupees, or he can provide you with some cooked meats and bread for 5 rupees.
I'll go for those 5 rupees then.
And of course, there is a Goron available menu as well.
Oh yeah.
There's there is gravel as far as like the oatmeal equivalent is concerned, which is the same price. For the 5 rupee equivalent, they'll take some like spare coals from the furnace as a hot breakfast sort of situation and provide you with a bowl of coals.
I'll take the bowl of coals because it's more amusing.
Yeah.
old coal.
But yes,
Makoto goes for the oatmeal.
yeah,
Because it's light for the morning.
yeah. As you consume breakfast, it is nice. It is not like the best meal you've ever had, but it is not unpleasant.
Magoto does look at Hunter and say, I have a question. And feel free to not answer if it's like too weird. Do Gorons need to exercise?
What do you mean need to exercise?
Like, if you do exercise, do you get stronger? If you were to lift things for a while.
Over time, yeah, it probably would take me longer.
Alright.
But it also does. It's also kind of hard to tell because Gorons work hard and Gorons play hard. A lot of
Really?
us are people who work in mines and do a lot of hauling and
Mm.
a lot of construction, a lot of physically demanding things. So we don't really often go out of our way to do
Yeah, that makes sense.
exercises or things like that. But I'd say I'm probably stronger than the average Goron, not just because I'm bigger, but
Yeah, it certainly felt pretty strong when you threw me earlier.
well, if it works, it works. So, I know some of us were asking if anyone was still sick. Did we want to follow up with them, or did we want to go over straight to the to the master's farm and see what's going on there?
I was
No.
mostly asking about if people were still sick to see if we could be a bit more informed about, like, what diseases or whatever these rats are carrying.
It would be more informative, yes.
Um, I know I'm not really good at diagnosing people with things. Is anyone else more trained in medicine?
I know a couple of things, but no expert.
Melody
I-
looks up in a daze from her bowl of warm oatmeal and says, a bit.
I
Alright.
have a passing knowledge, but I can't say I'm trained specifically.
Oh,
I'm
that
sure
was
we could
the
all put our heads
robotic.
together and figure something out.
Okay, it's worth a shot. Take a look at a couple of people, see what the rats might be carrying, and then head on over.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay. So, um, thankfully, Masro is not the biggest of towns and villages. There's plenty of homes that you can definitely see. Asking, because Logan did mention in the previous night that he had a look at it, he couldn't make head nor tails of it. And he will provide you with the addresses of folks who are supposedly still sick. There's only like one or two people there. One person is currently holed up in the guardhouse, and another one appears to be a concerned friend who lives kind of more in the middle of town. Both of them have been not performing work because of the illness that they have been afflicted with.
Yeah, just mostly want to ask about their symptoms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. I think at that point in time, like if you explain to them like why
Yeah,
you're
we're here to
there,
deal with the
and,
rats.
yeah, they're not going to be like sheepish about conditions or anything like that. They'll explain that it seems to be some kind of as far as symptoms are concerned, it just seems to be an extreme level of fatigue. They there doesn't appear to be much of a fever to go with it. It is mostly just being incredibly tired. It
Oh
happened.
shit! Long COVID.
Okay.
it appears that the interesting thing is that usually like diseases and the things that occur from being bitten by a rat or something like that don't like they still take a while to like incubate and then affect the system. This seemed to have started almost immediately after they were bitten. That's probably
like
the most
a curse.
interesting thing.
Maybe. Then, all right, this figures out.
Or a poison, I suppose.
But yeah.
Can I just focus on some detect magic and see if there's any supernatural aspect to this? As Melody mentioned, a curse.
Sure. Like if asked, you can be shown to, or they can talk to the person who's being afflicted. Like seeing them in person, you can see that they have fairly pale complexion. It looks like they haven't been, despite the fact that they have basically been doing nothing but sleeping. It looks like they haven't been sleeping. Though they do say that they have been feeling better over the past few days. It's just been a very slow recovery from the looks of it. Doing detect magic, you don't seem to pick up any magic that isn't something that is like either ambient or just something you are already like accustomed to in terms of like the people around you. Like it's something that definitely couldn't be out of the ordinary.
Well, if this is anything more than mundane, I cannot tell. That
Attempt
either is
to identify it in a mundane fashion.
I will roll a medicine to help someone else.
Okay.
mine's +3.
Mine is +6.
25.
25.
I'm helping Melody.
Okay.
Well, there.
23.
Nice.
Yeah. So with a 23, you think about it in terms of like ways that it could be magically afflicted, but not necessarily something that lingers as an active magical effect. And there are a few like that. There's definitely something that is. There are a few things where the best thing that you can think of is that it's something that has taken something away that is not inherently physical. Like a draining of the abstract aspect of life essence rather than like explicitly blood or flesh or something like that.
Some kind of soul-eating disease.
Yeah.
Oh my god, soul-eating rats.
Would I roll a religion and then wisely keep my mouth shut until we're alone?
Sure.
All right. Recall, knowledge, religion. Natural 20,
Wow.
27.
Nice. So with your 27, yeah, there are a few different aspects of this that could lead to that idea. Rats is a very interesting aspect of where, like, an interesting vector, one could say. But as far as you can tell, like from your teachings, and looking at it from an academic point of view, the soul is just a very versatile material, so to speak. There's like a lot of things. It's a great, like, it's a fantastic power source in terms of more morally dubious magic users might think to use. It can, for certain types of outsiders like demons and the like, it's certainly a delicacy. And for devils, it's a currency. there's a lot that can be done with the soul of a mortal. As far as taking parts of it away, the best thing that you can think of is probably something to do with necromancy.
Nod to myself. And when we have a moment away from prying ears, or at least as much as I think
We'll
that,
probably
I'll
head
make
out
suggest.
towards the farm after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll make the suggestion of possible necromancy. So do be careful about that.
Undead rats.
Could be.
A
Good.
necromancer using them as guards?
Could also be that.
I do not like that.
Yeah. Dead rat's gonna stink like hell.
Or the grave.
Yeah.
So as you make your way over to the location itself, you leave through the eastern gate, along a long path that heads up a small hill towards what appears to be the only house that you can see within reasonable view. It takes you about 10 minutes or so, given the distance. But it's a small house that seems to be surrounded by trees, and there's and just through the trees you can see like rows of fields off in the background, and I will pull you to the map.
Now that we're outside the farm, I will activate my aura.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow, I suddenly feel a lot safer all of a sudden.
Good.
Okay. So, yeah, this is a small building within which you can see, like the lights are off. There's just, and the door seems to be closed. There is a bar across the front of it on the outside. There appears to be, as said, at the back, a series of cornfields, but something seems a bit off about them. There is a singular well, but everything else is just fairly distant. Looking through the trees to the northeast, you can see that there's a much larger farmstead that is a little closer to some more of these fields. And you get more of a view of New Masro behind you as the hill rises above it just a little bit. You can't see too far past the wall, but you can see the tops of buildings and stuff.
Okay. We want to look around the grounds first, and then take a look inside the building.
Sounds like a good idea.
Alright.
I'll have Renji take a look up on the roof.
Okay.
And see, I'll basically go over here and have Renji move. Wait, how did that work again?
Control
Control
elevates.
to move them up and down.
Oh, yes.
Look in the well. Just
Okay.
take a look down there, see if I can get some of the water out and see if there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, give me a. Okay, so you're doing that. Melody, Melody, and what are you up to?
I'm gonna stick with Leisha so we're not anyone alone.
Yeah. I'll be over here next to Makoto.
I think
Well,
we're just going to generally keep an eye out for ambushes.
Okay. So, the well.
Yes.
You go over to the well, and you turn the winch in order to bring up the bucket. Inside, you can see that there is water in it, but it's standing water. It seems a bit stagnant. There doesn't seem to be like a flow underground, at least from what you can see.
Can I roll lore elements to see if I can determine anything else strange about it?
Sure.
14.
Well, besides the fact that it's not terribly fresh water, it would be okay possibly to water crops with, but not necessarily drinkable.
So, okay, like, yeah, no one's drinking this. Wait,
I
wells
think
are usually wells aren't usually connected to standing water.
No. As Anda and Makoto are investigating that, I would give Renji the instruction to see if he can feel anything, as he has tremor sense up to 30 feet, or imprecise tremor sense.
Okay. Yeah. If you have stats for Renji, have Renji do for me a perception check. Which I think might go off of yours, if I remember correctly.
I don't believe so, but we do have the same. We do have the same bonus.
Okay.
So it would be an 18.
Okay. So as Renji is kind of like hops up onto the roof tiles, they stop and sense throughout them. They will then turn and look over the lip of the thing, and then just kind of like give something of a nod. Let's see how big this 30 feet is. It's like,
Entire corner of the building.
yeah. Renji seems to gives you 2 nods.
Okay. 2 2 separate movements.
Nods frantically.
All right. Well, can you try and move to the other side and see if you notice anything more?
Nods. And I'm gonna go over to the other side of the building, like this corner, or
Yep. First we can go that way.
okay.
Over there.
Turns around and gives you 3 nods.
Okay. And then what if we move all the way to the other side?
Gives you 1 nod.
So at most 4. Think this. No, at most 6. Well, Renji, did you notice any separate, or similar movements? Like, how many are there? And you can whisper if you want.
Renji will kind of clamber down the side of the building to you to whisper in your ear. And says, I think it's 4.
Okay. Good job. And with Renji returned. Yeah, there I can grab.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll move over to Anda and Makoto and share the information I've gathered together and say, well, Renji has informed me that there's probably 4 separate sources of movement inside.
Alright. Sounds like it can be handled.
still would rather stay on the outside for a bit, or at least somewhat in the distance. I'm not very good with my hands in combat.
Learned that the water's not exactly drinkable.
Oh, that's not good. Could
Maybe
have
whatever's going on in the house is mess with it or something.
that could have incubated some things.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't know much about farm stuff, but those plants over there don't look healthy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Take a look at the plants first, then.
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know what to roll for plants. Nature?
Nature,
Nature.
probably.
I can help with that.
I have nature
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a trained or expert?
trained.
I have a +8 for expert, but
Plus 6.
If
I
you
can
need
give you a
expert,
bonus,
you could do
or
follow the
I've-
expert
I've-
thing.
Yeah, we could follow the expert with you.
mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
add your level to proficiency bonus. Even if you're untrained.
Oh, yeah, so if I'm following that, then I can get a bonus to that, even though I'm not trained in nature at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that adds on top of an existing proficiency bonus.
It says
Oh,
even
imagine-
if you're untrained, so I presume it does? Hmm.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
you just get the +2 for them being an expert.
I see. Yeah, so you can
Okay.
add your level as proficiency bonus to the associated skill check. So you get +3 because of your level, and then you'd have +2 because they're an expert, so a total +5?
Since you're already adding your level through your trained proficiency, you can't add it again through follow the expert, though you still
Oh.
gain the benefit from the expert's extra +2.
Fair enough.
Let's
Yeah,
roll.
nature check.
22.
Never.
Okay.
I also would like to roll lower elements to see if I can see if it's like the dirt that's fucked up.
I am trained in nature. I thought I was not.
Just to check. And every roll I do with this skill is terrible.
Oh,
Oh dear.
I got a
Great
24
skills.
on the
Nice.
nature check
Yeah.
from following the expert.
nice. Did we get a nature check from Leisha?
Not yet. But did I get a circumstance bonus there, or?
I don't think
You're
you
the
do, 'cause you're the
they're
expert.
following.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
I
getting a
see.
bonus from you being an expert.
I
Yeah.
see.
We're
Well, that's
mimicking
20.
you.
Okay. Sweet.
Very funny that Anders' bonus ended up being high.
Yep.
Because I assume your stat for that is high.
I believe so. My wisdom is not very high.
Yeah.
Wisdom's okay. It's 2, I think.
Yeah.
Minus +1.
Yeah, so it's one lower.
Yeah, the looking over it, the plants appear to be, they're not dead, but they're very close to it. It's kind of difficult to tell. Like as far as you can see, the soil is fine. It's not too dry. It looks like it has plenty of nutrition as far as soil should. And from what you can imagine, they weren't like short on water, but this, for some reason, it's just the plants are not capable of receiving anything.
Are the trees around here, do they have fewer leaves than they probably should for healthy trees at this time of year?
The closer that they get to the fields, they seem to be like losing leaves, or not. You're in spring, so they should be at the very least developing new leaves from the winter, which they're not. At least on like to some degree, they're developing slower than the ones closer to the house. You do note that there was at least a tree here, but that looks to have been either cut down or something. But the wood is rotting.
Well, this does not bode well.
Could I make another religion check to see if this kind of goes with other patterns of necromancy that I might be familiar with?
Sure.
Nope.
No.
Well,
I mean, like,
Stuff's dead.
stuff's dead. Yeah.
shit's fucked.
Could be a number of things, really. You know, you're never quite sure.
Man, these guys are shitty farmers. No, I'm kidding. They've
Could I
been missing.
roll
So.
with occultism in that sense to see if there is any other traces.
Sure.
So the fun thing about recall knowledge checks while you're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
you can use recall knowledge on a lot of the different skills that you have. The DC is going to be lower the more appropriate the skill is.
Ah.
With the lowest being an appropriate low skill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In that sense, it's a 20 for me.
Okay. Looking at this from a different perspective, yeah, this looks like it could very much have something to do with necromancy. Things getting into the point, like being brought closer to death beyond its scope, definitely seems in line with it. It's you don't seem to recall anything that could be potentially like targeted attack, but and while you know that there can be ambient sort of necromantic effects, like something's been left behind or something along those lines, you can't seem to call to mind an exact cause of this. The problem with it is it's too broad. Like a lot of necromantic magics tend to do just this as a general principle. It's hard to really get a good read on it, so to speak.
Yeah, Alicia's head goes to that weird ritual or that weird happening that they've experienced when she, as the Dark Lady, tried to lay a ghost to rest. But it feels very intangible to make that connection. Like, well, I've had a bad experience here, and there's necromancy here. Are those connected? To me, they are. But yeah, it's they kind of shake their head, kind of going back to, the moment, going to just Alicia, and turn to the others. Well, there are traces of necromancy. It could be something else, but it does look similar.
Well, one last place to look.
Very careful.
To the window.
I'll take point and grab that big old bar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then if you guys want to get in position,
Yes, let's
just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
I have a lot of movement speed, it's fine.
you remove the bar, easy enough to do.
Well, I know that there are things in there. So before I do that, does this door open inwards or outwards?
That's a good question. Let's
That's it.
see. Inwards.
Excellent. So it's so as soon as we get in position, like they do that, I kind of nod and I give like a 3 count, and then simultaneously I lift the bar and kick the door open.
Okay. Lift the bar, kick the door open. Inside, it seems like a fairly simple affair. There appears to be a single bed on the ground floor, and there's a ladder that goes up into the kind of a small like roof sort of thing where another bed you can see from this position is. There are open boxes and overturned furniture. There's a fire that is still going, interestingly enough, and there appears to be a set of stairs to the south, which is to your right, that go down into a cellar of some kind. The sudden racket from your entrance startles something in the room as 4 rats the size of small dogs stumble out and begin to scurry. They kind of stop and look at you and hiss at you as they apparate into this space. And with that in mind, a cursory glance at them looks like a part of their flesh seems to be decayed somewhat. You can see rib cages and parts of their face seem to be kind of like falling off. They do not look healthy, but what they do look is angry. So with that in mind, we might need to roll some initiative.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't think these are the Castletown sewer rats anymore. May I use athletics because I kicked the door open?
Sure.
All right.
Nothing I could justify is. Can I use
Well,
stealth
I
because I'm
did.
hiding? Can I use stealth because I'm hiding behind Anda?
Sure.
Yes.
I did want you guys to like have time to prepare before I kick the door open. So, God damn it!
Oh dear. I would like to use occultism as I'm readying my spells.
Okay.
Wait, why can't I roll here?
Huh. If the sheet is being difficult,
It's just
there
a
we go.
check.
Yeah. And melody. Okay.
Similarly, my initiative button is grayed out. Very
Same.
strange.
That's because we're
It's because we're not in a combat in Foundry, probably.
Yeah.
uh,
We'll probably make that comment next time as well.
Yeah.
I hope they also rolled a 2.
so looking at our things here. Then we have. Okay. Excellent. So, let's try this one. Which one's you? What's you? You'll do. I think you're a good battle theme here we can use.
Okay.
Okay. So, first order of business. Lisha, you are up first.
I am going to first alter some volume here.
Yeah, it is oddly loud. Oh,
It
This
is
one
oddly
track
loud.
is suddenly louder than the other ones.
Yes.
Spicy track.
Is there a way for us to see the room without the roof?
Yes,
the-
if you
the-
take that green
Oh,
bar
yeah,
or the
there
green
is.
diamond and scroll that
If you
down.
click the lock on it, it won't keep going back up to the top. And then you can pull it down to wherever you want it.
If the lock is green, make sure it's gray.
Where is that lock?
So
should be
you want
right
it
next
to. You
to
want
it.
it to be. You want it to be green.
You want it to be green. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. I think I will be moving here. Oh. Yeah, there's the lock. And seeing this. Oh wait, no. M line. I will use Force Barrage. I have moved, so I'm going to be use Force Barrage on this one and this one.
Okay.
And let's see how that goes. I will roll damage twice. It's a 5 and a 2.
Okay. So the arcane force of this force barrage weaves its way into the building and finds its targets expertly, slamming into the side of these rats. They both still stand, though one of them is definitely more worse for wear than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
This one's the one who was damaged the most.
Okay, excellent. Then I'm just going to bake a PDF and have my familiar stats next to me. I will also have Renji, if I have this, slip between us and move here.
Okay.
And basically be ready to intercept a rat, even though they are way bigger than he is.
Okay.
She's brave.
Mm-hmm.
Look out, Joe.
Gonna focus and get the rocks floating around me again. This time, as they move around, little like glowing embers burn on some of them.
Mhm.
As he brings his right hand up with 2 fingers extended and fires a bolt of flame towards this one.
Okay.
That'd be plus 10, 24 to hit.
That is a regular hit.
Alright, I think fire is 1d6. Because it's a ranged attack, I don't get my strength modifier to it. That's 4 damage.
Okay.
And for my next 2 actions, I'm gonna do the 2-action version of Elemental Blast. By just, like, pointing those fingers at the fireplace next to that rat and just pulling the fire out to hit it.
Nice.
So that will be... plus 5, 21 to hit.
That is a regular hit.
That'd be 1d6 plus my Constitution modifier
Hell yeah.
for 10 damage.
Okay. So, the first strike like topples this rat, and as it scrambles to its feet, you bring the flame from the fireplace over and engulf it completely. It squeals in agony before eventually is just lies still.
That's my turn.
Okay. Melody.
Okay, Melody is gonna go forward to here
Sorry.
and
Double
have a
check.
nice crackle of electricity along one arm. She'll shoot an electric arc at this rat and that rat.
Okay. I believe that's a save on their part, is it not?
It is.
Okay.
Roll your saves, rats.
So the first one gets a 17, which is a regular failure. And the second one gets a 26 for a pass.
So the first one takes 9, and the second one I think takes 5.
Okay. So the first rat, having been hit by a force barrage already, is immediately fried by the electrical arc and is just taken down. The second one, its brethren having tanked most of the hit, is similarly hit but is spared death in that fashion. It is still on its feet, but it is not looking good.
Okay,
Okay.
I think that's everything.
Cool. And let's hope you can get through this door.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I can get you there. 15. Okay, so 20 will put me right about there. Measuring some things real quick. Click. That's just out of range, but you are in range. So, for 2 actions,
Get him.
I will use Defensive Advanced. Or
Ooh.
Defensive Advance. With the protection of your shield, you dive into battle. You raise your shield and stride. If you end your movement within melee reach of at least one enemy, you may make a melee strike against that enemy. So I get 3 actions for the price of 2
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
against that little guy. And then I shall hit him with my fist. Space 1d20 plus 10. Does a 14 hit?
Unfortunately not.
That's fine.
Oh dear.
Yeah. You stride forwards and throw your fist, cracking the bed beneath the rat, who scrambles partially up the wall in order to escape your attack.
Damn nimble little bastard. That'll be turn.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's rat parkour.
Then the rats get to have a go. The rat who is currently in melee with you is going to try and bite you now that you're
Go for it.
here. Does a 21 hit?
21 just hits.
Okay. So you take 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to need a fortitude save from you.
I'm pretty okay at those. That much is how's a 17?
17? I think you're okay. You
Alright.
You don't seem to feel any adverse effects. They are going to try and bite you again, though.
Go for it.
Because their teeth are agile. I don't think a 4 hits.
Nope.
And then they will attempt to bite you one more time, since they have you having cornered. Does an 18 hit?
18 is not, for my shield is raised.
Nice. So that's that rat's turn. This other rat is going to see the biggest target and is going to move in using one of its actions. It will then try and attack. Interestingly enough, despite being an animal and possibly having some kind of coordination in other aspects along with the rest of its swarm, this one doesn't. It seems to be acting rather selfishly. So it doesn't gain any bonus from the fact that it is in melee with another rat. But
Interesting.
don't think 14 hits.
Does not.
4 doesn't hit.
No.
And a 0 doesn't hit.
Does not.
So you are not being assaulted by further rats. Let's see.
If there's anyone else in here, they heard the door get kicked open and a bed break, so.
So, let's see. Oh, no, I need to. How far can they move? It's 1, 2. I think these rats will do their best. More rats seem to kind of emerge from the basement. as is their natural habitat when it comes to tabletop RPGs.
Oh, damn it, there's more of them.
And will scrabble
Renji, I thought you could count.
Hester up the stairs.
There's some small chitters that just say, they were out of range!
To be fair, these ones are coming up from the basement.
But yeah, that'll be
We
the
gotta
rat
just says
goes.
on it.
Alicia.
Okay. Not entirely aware that there's other rats coming. Can I see from this distance? This one. Oh, hold on.
T on your keyboard to do the pointy thing.
That one is dead, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And these two are still alive?
Yes.
Okay. With that in mind, I move a little further in. I believe what I want to do has 2 actions. Yes.
Okay.
And with a line. Let's do that one.
Okay.
I will. Oh. Come on. Can I?
If you press like M on your keyboard, there you go.
There we go. I would like for them to make a fortitude saving throw as I cast Vitality Lash on a creature that is undead or otherwise has void healing.
Yes.
7.
It is enfeebled. Actually, does it critically fail? No, that's 10 below, right?
Is 10 below the DC.
Oh, okay.
So
In that case, it is 3d6 for 12 vitality damage.
we don't need to worry about what Enfeeble does, because that is more than enough in order to end this thing's life, and it is like whatever structure it has as a creature, it just withers away and it just collapses under its own weight.
And there's just this slight flame of like soul or Poe energy that wisps away from this rat.
Okay. Is that everything on your turn?
Yes, I moved, and that was 2 actions, so I'm done.
Koto.
Sorry. I think Renji is going to move over here onto the bed and bite the rat next to it.
Okay. Give me Renji's attack roll.
Let's see.
Get him, little guy.
Do I have anything in regards to attacks? I don't believe I do, actually.
It should have a bite if it's using a creature template, like an animal.
Attack roll +3. There it is. Natural 20.
Hell yeah! Get him,
Okay.
Reggie.
Now I don't know what kind of damage this does.
Either D6 or D4 probably.
I think it's a D4 for unarmed stuff usually.
Hang on, I've got a Raven on one of my other characters that might have
Thank
similar damage. 1d4 plus 2 sounds, or 1d6 plus 2 if it's Jaws. Yeah,
there you go,
1d6 plus
Jaws.
2 I think is right. Because he's biting.
1d6 +2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 7 damage.
For 14 damage.
Yes.
Yes.
Given it's a crit. But that is 13 more than you need.
Okay.
Its first kill is overkill.
Yeah. Renji just kind of hops up onto this bed and then like tackles this thing with more force than you might Andy you might be expecting from a stoat.
Oh yeah,
And,
little guy.
Just utterly eviscerates this giant rat. Hells yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. Makoto.
But I was gonna jump between you two, going, excuse me, ladies, and then grab the edge of the door as I end up here.
Yep.
I am going to use Flying Flame. 2 actions. I will gather the fire that's around me into a shape of, probably, considering I'm Shikara Kunai, and throw it. It flies from me up to 30 feet in a path I choose, so 5 feet, then another 5 feet there, then
Yep.
the 10 feet there, then another 5 feet there.
Yep.
I can't get rid of that now.
I had a similar issue.
Might go if you press M.
Okay, I press M again, it's gone. Yeah, so it'll hit all of them. They all need to make a reflex save.
Okay.
Each of them.
Cool. So we'll go
DC,
from like
DC 19.
Okay, so we'll go from the we'll go from the starting one to like the first one in the path and then goes on. So 14, 24,
It's a
13.
basic save, so.
15.
And they will take. I think I have to do the damage for each one.
Okay, so 6 on the first one.
3 on the
5
second because
on
he
the-
passed.
Yeah. 3, 8, and 9. Okay, so interestingly enough, the first one manages to scoot just a bit out of the way in order to avoid much of the damage, but it is still standing. The next one follows suit and like moves closer towards the fire. The last two, however, because they just stumble up the stairs, are caught completely off guard and are immediately like engulfed in flame from this attack and fall down dead.
And then that is my turn.
Okay,
That's all 3 actions.
Melody.
Melody will move in the room to get you out here. And as before, she'll send out a lovely electrical arc at these two.
Okay. 22 and 8. So the second one gets crit.
Okay.
And then, but it doesn't matter in any case. They like that is more than enough damage to take care of these last 2 rats.
Hell yeah.
As they explode in a gout of sparks and are immediately defeated. And then everything falls quiet.
Once the rafts stop moving, if there's any like flames from my attacks that hit anything other than rats, I will put them out.
Okay. Yeah.
You should probably
enough to
put out
do.
the fireplace as well.
Hold on before we do that.
Yeah, I want to check it first.
Because it's a fire that it's existing. We can check the fire. And I would like to recall knowledge to see if it would be a wise idea to burn these rat bodies because they are undead.
Sure.
Well,
Go inside the house.
Not inside the house, no, definitely
No,
not.
take my side first. I would like to use lore elements to see if I can determine anything unusual about this fire.
Sure. Let's start with the
Just the information.
the information about like burning undead.
Okay. 20.
Ideally, it would be. In a lot of instances, like that's kind of I think that's more or less just a given. Not only for the sake of like you don't really know whether or not the creature is dead in general until it is no more, given that it used to be a corpse and is now moving again. But yeah, that's probably so. Burning them would be for the best. And then lore elements for the fire.
15.
Nothing particularly unusual about this one. Nothing seems to be magically keeping it going. You would imagine, for the most part, that
The
it
logs how long does it seem like it's been burning?
looks like it was probably made sometime last night.
I call bullshit on that.
Unless someone is here.
Hmm.
There's a hole
Yeah.
downstairs we haven't looked at yet.
True.
Looks like there's an upstairs too. At least a little bit of an attic. But
So I grab
Kinda.
Renji and kind of check his jaws and teeth. And it's like,
Yeah, good plan.
make sure that you don't have any undead bits between your teeth.
I hold
Yeah,
out a
these
fist
rats
for-
these rats safe for eating.
I hold out a fist for Renji to fist bump because of that really brutal thing, and then I'll start gathering the rats and putting them outside.
I
Okay.
think Renji will reciprocate.
Hell
I think
yeah.
Melody would come up to Makoto and say, "Do you normally eat rats?"
Yeah, some people
Weird.
do. I don't.
Okay.
I've
They're
had some
desperate.
of them. Well,
Like,
I
they-
can't say I'm desperate when I did it, but
They're a desperation food usually.
oh, now you're making me feel bad.
That's why I said
it's-
usually.
Usually, yeah. I get you,
Some
Makoto.
in some places they might be a delicacy. I don't know. I've never
Uh,
been there.
No, in all honesty, it might have been desperation.
Anyway, let's burn these rats
Good idea.
As you are
because I still
moving
have
the rat-
my aura active. I will just do that.
As you are moving the rats outside, or the bodies of the rats outside, Ander, while one of them is in your arms, you note that a part of it is still moving.
Gross. I will take a little closer look at that part.
As you do so, it doesn't appear to be like a latent twitch from a recently killed creature. It looks like something is moving under the flesh of the creature.
Oh, why would you?
Anyone
Someone
got
do
a
that?
knife?
Yeah.
Let's cut this and see what's in there. I'll pull
I
that rat
think
aside.
hearing that, I will rush. Oh, come on. I will rush outside and be ready with that vitality cantrip.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you cut open the flesh and remove it, you see that there is a kind of hard, ashen thing just under it. And as you free it from the corpse, you notice that it is some kind of beetle, a scarab beetle specifically.
Oh, these fucking things.
What fucking things might those be?
That's Alvarin's. That's not. That's not Honda. That's Alvarin's.
Do I need to cast the vitality lash on it? Because I'm gonna.
I'm not gonna tell you no.
Then GM, pretty please, a DC 16 Fortitude save.
22.
Bugs.
I mean, like it still does half damage, I imagine. So it's like it takes a hit point, or the one hit point it has, and is immediately like
Crumbles.
just kind of like crumples into nothingness.
Makoto's gonna
You
try
seen
and
that before?
think of if he's heard of anything like this.
Yeah.
Can
so-
I remember if I've seen anything like that before?
Give me a recall knowledge of either religion or occultism, or if you have an appropriate law skill that you think you could use, then use that.
Law Sheikah.
That sounds good.
How about a natural 2027?
And I got a 22 on the law check.
Yeah, Melody has no idea.
It's a weird looking bug.
Yeah. See what? There you
A
go.
24.
Nice. So with your 27, 22, and 24, from your different perspectives in terms of like lore that you get, you can determine that this is probably part of what was once part of a larger swarm of creatures that's once referred to as umbral fog. It is a necromantic pest that comes from another plane of existence called the Plane of Lament. It is something that was, at least at one point in time, a truly, truly awful thing. They typically what they do is that they eat away at the soul directly, which causes the fatigue. And creatures that are killed in this fashion tend to rise up as undead themselves.
Which is what happened to the rats. Dakota's gonna, because I still got the elements on, I'm gonna shape the earth around them to prevent the fire from spreading and light them on fire.
Yep. So fine.
Do
Places
I
burn
know-
rather well.
On a natural 20, on a critical success,
Yeah.
do I know about the aversion to light that Umbral Fog has?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not done exploring yet, so I'll pull out some torches and grab flint and steel and light some torches and hand them to everybody.
When
I
you
know
pull
you
up flint
guys-
steel, Makoto will just hold out a hand.
You know what? You're right. Force of habit.
Yeah, that's alright.
I'll use one of my own,
Okay.
but I do kind of like hold out the torch to have it be lit either by Anda or Makoto.
Just point at it and it ignites.
I don't know if either of you have means of making magical light, but these things do not like light at all, so...
Understood. I just have a fire in my hand.
I'm more of a auditory caster.
I'm more of a vibes caster.
Alright. Do we want to briefly check the attic, or do we want to head down to the basement first?
I think going up first might be a good idea. Make sure that we cannot get,
I'll
caught
keep
from
an
behind.
I'll keep an eye on the basement stairs while I do that.
I was going to
It's gonna
ask, that
go
looks like
up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here while you guys check the upstairs.
I was going
Nisha's gonna
to,
go to the roof.
ask, that looks to be a mighty small ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Does it
the roof
look like
is
that would
not
support?
much space, so it's probably just like
Yeah.
a storage space.
It's basically like it's because you can't really see it in Tailspire anyway. It's like basically it's a ladder that leads up to a platform that has a bed on it, and that's it.
Nothing under the bed or in the bed.
Not particularly.
Upstairs crawl space.
Yeah. It appears to be just a like a mattress and a blanket and a pillow. Nothing appears to be underneath it.
Nothing interesting up here.
Well, at least there's nothing there. That's good enough for me.
Also, if you right-click your tokens, you can click Enable Torch with the torch icon.
There we go.
Excellent.
Now you are producing light.
Yeah.
Go downstairs.
Okay.
Get people to come down.
So as you would come down into the basement, it is a very standard built sort of hole in the ground. There's not much to speak of. There's storage barrels that clearly once contained food before the rats got to them, and a heaping stack of boxes just at the other end of the room here.
Just in
I'll
case
start on the box. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Melody is going to focus, and her already fiery golden eyes are going to actually light on fire as I will cast See the Unseen
Oh.
and
Nice.
gain 2 temporary hit points.
And I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Alright, I will start moving these boxes.
Makoto probably feels very magic to you right now with the kinetic aura on.
It's a very magical room at the moment, considering the three of you currently have passive, like all of you have passive effects going in
Yes.
that capacity.
All right. Somebody needs to hit the walls to see if they make any different sounds, so we know if we need to get some explosives.
Can I kind of sense the stone and see if there's like anything behind it with my just like lightly manipulating it, basically?
I think that's entirely possible. Yeah.
Does it feel like any of the stone is like loose or there's a hole in it?
Not particularly. You can tell that, like, at least the stone of the walls has, like, on the other side of it is just earth, and it seems competently made. Like, it's not like full brick and mortar sort of situation, but it is. It looks like it would at least hold up as a basement,
How about
as
the floor?
intended. The floor is a bit of a different story. Much of the actual like environment that you're in, this has some of the similar qualities of the walls. It's just earth on the other side of it. There is an odd gap, though, towards the end of the room where the stone stops.
Maybe something over this way. Jump out of the box.
Hey, I'm trying to move that one. I'll just let it go.
Just look behind.
Yep. You have a look behind, and you notice that beneath these boxes appears to be some wooden paneling instead of flagstone.
Looks like there's wood under here. Right beside something.
All right.
Help Anda move the boxes out of the way.
Hell yeah.
You're doing most of the work, don't worry.
It's all good.
And then I need to. Oh. 1 sec.
Take your time. Ooh, fancy.
Oh,
Surprise. There was more stuff.
one moment.
After moving the boxes and then moving the panels out of the way, you notice that there appears to be a carved or a mined tunnel just beneath the basement.
A mind tunnel?
Yeah.
Are
It's not smooth as if it's been properly carved. It just looks like someone's been digging for a while.
I'll look ahead a little bit and
so mind tunnel
lower myself down.
from the mind goblins?
I'll give you a hand down in case it's.
That's alright.
a
I got
climb
some plus
check.
7 acrobatics.
Yeah.
All right.
Peek around the corners, just see if there's anything immediately down here.
About how tall is that gap, out of curiosity?
It's about as tall as you are.
Yeah,
Maybe a
excellent.
bit taller.
Yeah. Looks about
I'll
15 feet, maybe, at the most.
I'll climb down and then I'll just turn around and hold up like my arms to help Leisha and Melody down.
You first, Leisha.
Well, if you insist. And kind of hops into the offered arms and then drops down.
Okay. As you lower yourselves into this cavern, you can feel this kind of chill air, still air in the environment around you. There doesn't appear to be much in the way of anything down here. There's no light, certainly, and it is roughly carved, though only in the sense that it's someone's just making the tunnel wider. There are parts of it that look like natural stone. It feels unpleasant to be down here in a kind of metaphysical sense. Something about this place feels foreboding. It's almost as if something is warding you away by convincing you that it is just cold and hopeless, specifically. it's not a feeling you can't shake off, but it is something that is definitely tangible.
Melody's shivering quite a lot.
Are you wearing enough, dear?
I'll get more later.
Left or right?
Or we do that, who all can see in the dark?
I
I know we
can
have
a bit.
light, but
Only a dim
can.
light.
I can a bit.
alright.
And I'm also pretty sneaky if you want me to sneak ahead and check things
Oh
out.
yeah, I can use the new feature now.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
how
dun, dun.
interesting.
Hate not leading, but I think being able to see is probably more important right now. So I will
Well,
bring up
it's
the
light.
rear.
Light should be helping with that.
Does it look like either passage is more well travelled?
Give me a
Check.
survival.
Also check for non-rat footprints. As well
Go
as
1. Oh,
25.
Okay. Melody, you're too goddamn cold at the moment in order to really focus on it.
Melody also does not know how to track animals or people.
It's true. Yeah. Leisha, it's difficult to kind of see in this environment. And just in general, the light kind of bounces off the walls in a way, makes shadows dance. But eventually you do manage to catch up with Makoto, who is able to, through their capable tracking skills, is able to identify a number of footprints and trails that lead in both directions of this tunnel. It appears that the ones that contain the most humanoid footprints, i.e. boots or shoes, seems to go down the left path as opposed to the right one. There are a mixture of different animal tracks as well in these areas, but which are mostly rats.
Can you
yeah.
tell from the tracks whether or not there's like they're all undead, like bony fingers rather than paws or whatever?
I imagine it's mostly just scratches, considering it's stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard to tell whether or not the owners of these feet were undead or currently are undead.
Well, the humans coming down here are more interested in the left path.
That's where we should go then.
Well, we can
I'll check
certainly
it
start
first.
that way. I'll be right behind you, Makoto. And I'll have Renji snuggling in my scarf.
Okay. As you proceed onwards, everything becomes a bit
The
more
water down there,
treacherous
watch
as
your
you
step.
go.
Oh, yes.
I imagine that water's
wanna
as
get
gross
your-
as the stuff I got out of the well.
You probably don't want to get your boots wet.
It's more that there's kind of a divot there and you might fall.
That is equally concerning.
And there's some tools.
You do, in fact, find tools. The signs of laborious digging and mining seems to arise here. There's like some boxes that contain like discarded stone, although not all of it clearly made it into said boxes. There's a discarded shovel. But otherwise, nothing else appears to be available.
Signs of mining?
Yeah.
I guess.
Definitely signs of mining, yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be a bit of a long shot, but given that Gorons are miners, could I roll lore Goron to see if there's any specific type of actually nature? No, I lore Goron for just to see if there's any type of ore or anything in the area that might be more desirable for necromancers, I suppose.
Try and help with
Sure.
lore elements to see if there's anything in the rocks that might be useful to anybody.
What is
Yep.
your lore element score?
+6.
I will help you.
Okay.
Because mine's only +5. 21. So +1 for you.
22.
23.
Okay.
I added the +1. I think I should have. Well, it didn't add. Anyway, 23 then.
So, with in this instance, you're not exactly sure. It's one of those instances where, like, the you think in this general area, the ore that could be found is likely going to be mundane. It's probably going to be iron or copper or something kind of fairly simple in terms of what can be grabbed. There's as far as like stuff that can be used for magical purposes, it's usually something that's like precious gemstones or more sky metals than anything else.
Anything valuable to sell that some farmers might be looking for to?
Not especially. What you could probably gather from your combined thoughts is that the way that this place has been mined out, it doesn't appear to be for the purposes of acquiring wealth of some description or finding something valuable. Though it is exploratory. It looks like they're just digging to find a thing, or like to find a specific location. Give me a nature. Both of you can, if you would like.
15.
Natural 20, 27.
Nice.
27. Nice. You're rocking these natural 20s today.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Goron.
What you find is that, like, thinking about it, what you find is that where you currently are appears to be moving towards the farm, like the crop that was outside.
And where the water from the well might be coming from.
Oh, you're too far. You're too far.
I mean, where it might be
east of the
coming
well.
from, not where it is.
Yeah.
I think the water from the well might be down the other path. Thinking about it. Okay, so they wanted to get under the crops.
Maybe see what was wrong with the plants not growing right.
Possibility.
A bit of a tight squeeze here, big guy.
Okay.
Just breathe in.
Okay.
So things are opening up a
As
bit.
you. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
I
darn it.
can only see up to Pew, by the way. I don't know if that's
Okay.
clear on the GM side.
Yeah, I can see. What was it? I can see the edge of your vision.
Yeah, okay.
Here, so Alicia can have space when she moves, as we are moving forward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something blue and glowy. You should probably be ready to be a wall.
Do you want me to roll the acrobatics check to struggle to get through this?
Oh no, I'll
Nah,
leave
you're
us.
fine.
No, I have a better idea.
Uh-huh.
I will adjust the earth to make it so that you can fit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Excellent. But yeah, as you venture down this hallway, you do see something that is very clearly amiss. As the can you test out the cutscene mode?
Yeah.
So,
that's what's
I don't know
probably-
whether or not you can see. Can you see stuff that's
The
happening
tree.
here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tree
Um,
on
you see
See
fire.
the
and
roots of a
lightning.
tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bones.
So, as you kind of peer forward in this room, you can see that that there are roots of this tree that that dig deep into the earth, into this cavern. The tree itself appears to be alight with a blue kind of fire, with this swelling of magical energy that seems to be sat close to the roots of the tree. Casting your eyes around the room, you can see the corpses of two men, having been stripped clean of bones, but not necessarily of like everything else. It's clear they were people. They just aren't, people anymore.
Boneless people.
Yeah.
Mercy.
But as you contemplate this, and the presence of life is detected in the room, you see emerging from the tree in this clatter of bones and mining equipment is a tall humanoid figure with an extra pair of arms from the looks of it. As this entity pulled together from scraps of clothing and wielding this stuff as like weapons, stands ready to fight against you, and we'll have to take care of him next time because we're coming up to the end.
Oh no.
Skyward
So,
Sword
yeah.
Stalfos.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody so much for listening / watching. This has been Hyrule Chronicles for a few rupees more. I have been Articulate T, the storyteller, and I have had, as always, Krasnether playing Leisha.
We're going to find a bony guy.
I have had Alvarance playing Ander.
I'll figure out his voice eventually.
I have had Robopirate playing Melody.
I have heal as my specialist thing. He's going to get so much healed.
And I have Danny Cat playing Makoto.
I wonder if I can manipulate these fires.
We'll
And
have to see.
We'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.